Again, I don't know if she's playing him. She's playing everybody. I don't know if specifically, though, she's, like, playing him to get him to take over. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we're back with another episode of Space Battleship Yamato 2. We come back as we normally do with notes, comments, and a board. So let's go ahead and look at that board first thing, where we have just the two changes to the board changelog, where I connected Teresa to Shima with a purple line, and then I changed the Teresart relationship to Earth to green from white, even though it's really just Teresa. And I don't believe she's from Teresart. I believe that the implication was that she came there and they, kind of destroyed themselves, but she did most of the work at the end. Either way, for now, I'm just going to leave it as Teresart because it makes sense. We all know what's going on there. Anyway, on to the notes. Given that I did the math on the Comet Empire's ship's speed last episode, there really should be no way that the Yamato should make it to Earth before the Comet Empire does. My best guess, Teresart is nearish the same distance from Earth that Gamulus was, as both were shown to be slightly beyond the rim or near it. The Yamato took about 99 days to get back without stops along the way, and back from Gamulus to Earth. Or Iskander, as it turns out. But they're neighboring systems, I don't think it matters that much. I understand that the ship has been upgraded since that journey, but the Comet Empire is out here crossing the distance between galaxies in that same amount of time. How long is Kodai going to be the acting captain? I get that no one ever officially made him the long-term captain, but you'd think that the crew would just call him captain at this point. He was put in the role with a field commission, essentially. Everyone else is just calling themselves by their position, even though they basically stole the ship. Just call him captain at this point. Teresa can't come because when she prays, power emanates from her and causes things to happen. She tells the backstory of how she was the one that destroyed this world, effectively. But she was praying again anyways. And then she does it again later. She totally accepts that she's the cause, but refuses to just stop doing it. Not really an important thing, but why was Kodai escorting Teresa through the ship? Shima, get to your station immediately, but the captain isn't equally as needed? I imagine this would have been a perfect job for the rookie. I was going to say Yuki as morale officer, but I forgot that she also handles the radar, sort of. So, if we wanted to engender any sort of sensation of goodness or whatever towards the rookie, this could have been it. I guess Teresa can breathe in space. The Yamato was pretty high up above the planet when she leapt out. I assume the glow is just something other that is protecting her from everything, I guess. And my last note, because I don't have that many notes. Hey, all important bridge crew officers that I've been impressing upon how important it is that we leave quickly, step off the bridge so I can talk to this man's love life one-on-one. How about no, Kodai? How about you take Shima up to the captain's quarters and talk to him there? Having everyone else leave is a stupid waste of time. Alright, as I said though, we do have a comment from Kellen Winslow. As for the distances, love Farscape. That's an example of a show that just kept getting better as it went on. Yes, having Teresa lure ships in, like the Charybdis from Greek mythology, would have been interesting, but obviously they didn't go that route. I think I was thinking sirens. As for the distances and speeds, I trust you have worked it out, but I think you have to put more thought into that. More in than the show. Space kilometers and space knots? Really? Are they saying that simply because they are in space? And that changes what exactly? I know Matsumoto loves ships and sailing references, but this is a bit much. Just the crazy 70s, I suppose. It's the element that they don't have to explain anything. They say space kilometers, and you're like, well, I don't know what that is. And I guess it's for kids, mostly, right? Kids to young adult, so probably not expecting people to do math. As for a female Captain Harlock in Galaxy Express, you are thinking about Emeraldus. She helps him out sometimes and is Mattel's sister. She has an entire OVA about her called Mattel Legend. If you ever watch any Captain Harlock, the film Arcadia of my youth and the show of the same name are a great place to start. I've seen the CGI film you talked about from 2010 or so. I can't remember. It was fine, but it's its own thing. I mean, yeah, obviously. Sorry, I had a thought there, but it didn't go anywhere, and I believe it didn't actually relate to what you were saying. So, Matsumoto redid Captain Harlock so many times, it's hard to keep all of the different versions straight. Still, he is one of the most iconic anime characters of all time, so I guess it worked out for him. I really like the start of this episode, all the prep work and checking stuff on the ship. It reminds me of things like Star Trek the Motion Picture, etc. Something that hasn't been a thing in any Kurtzman Star Trek, but that isn't really Star Trek anyhow. By that metric, Kodai is the best he's ever been here. He's in charge. There's no fights. Everyone does what they're told, and things go smoothly like a well-working team should. I was expecting well-oiled, so that's not where we're going. True, not much happens in this episode, but I appreciate the seriousness on display. Again, except for those elements, like I just said, where, hey, everyone get off the bridge, and then come back to the bridge. And, put that next to the element that, oh, you get back to the bridge, you're needed super important really right now. I'm going to walk your person around the ship, even though I'm the captain. Acting captain. By the way, Sonata for the win. He sees a problem and acts immediately. You're right, we need more of him and less Saito or the rookie. It's ironic because I just called the rookie out for possibly having a space he could fit in. And as much as I like Sonata, this is literally just a rehash of things that he's done 3 times now already. I believe back when the original message got sent, he ripped the circuits out of a ship's communication before. Sorry, I just can't remember every time off the top of my head, but he's done literally shot for shot the same thing multiple times. Shima goes back to see Teresa, and we learn everything that we already learned last episode again, but then she actually agrees to go on the ship. Well, that's different from the movie. Okay. Well, I mean, she's also wearing clothes. That's different too. Now there's another woman on the ship. What will we do? Okay, she's not staying. Should have figured. And she just jumps off the ship and flies down to the planet. So basically, she can do whatever she needs to do when she needs to do it. She really better have a good payoff at the end of the show. Well, I remember even the other Teresa who didn't do anything and was naked. At the end of the day, just flies through space as well. At the very end of the movie. So it's not unprecedented. They're using the same power set she kind of already had. And while I appreciate the attempt at making a connection between her and Shima, this really comes out of nowhere. A guy she never met and barely had any interaction, and suddenly she falls in love with him. I mean, I know the whole love at first thing. Love at first thing trope? You mean love at first sight, I'm assuming. Might have some basis in reality, although it's probably more like lust at first sight. But still, there is nothing here. It feels like they wrote this episode wanting you to believe that the 2 of them had been together for quite a while, and they were having a touching farewell. But this is no somewhere in time. I didn't feel the same for Shima as I did for Christopher Reeve in that film. But that had a great writer like Richard Matheson writing it, so that definitely helps. I mean, they had the back and forth over the radio, and you think about it, that's more than Starsha had with Kodai's brother. They just kind of fell in love immediately. So that already having happened, why wouldn't I believe this could be true as well? I mean, it's no different than first time you got online and talked to a girl that you really liked, or if you're a girl, first time you got online and talked to a boy you really liked, your first online crush, as it were. This was just the 70s phone tag version of that. I give them an A for effort, but it just fell flat for me. You'll see a far better romance between Yuki and Kodai in 2199, and all the women on the show, I would say ship, are actually interesting and well done, so look forward to that. Only 10 episodes left, though, so we'll see what happens with the time they have left. Well, I mean, we also have season 3, and I think some movies too, so sometime before we get to whatever the modern take is on everything. And I'm sorry about you not doing any more records of Lodos. You said Ray is busy, and that's understandable. If you ever do it by yourself, or maybe with lessons even, cool. If not, maybe you'll watch it on your own. You are doing a ton of stuff, as it is so. Lodos takes a backseat for now. I don't think it's any plan to do anything right now. Ray and company are doing The Expanse and Stargate at the moment, so they're busy on their own, and I think they're having a plan to change up their own channel stuff too. So I don't know. And not for nothing, Ray teaches school. He's a teacher, so and me and Lessons have our own schedule. Like we're packed with a bunch of shows that'll take forever to get through. You know, like all of the Universal Century, uh, Legend of Galactic Heroes, which is still so much to get through there. The Patreon requests, um, Gundam Seed. Technically, there's more than, well, I don't know why. I was about to say there's more than 50. We have at least what's left of one season, the entirety of season 2, and the movie. And not for nothing, I do recall there was something announced coming for Gundam. I said Gundam Seed. I meant Gundam 00. But there was something coming for Gundam 00 back when me and Griffin finished it. So that might come out in time. Well, hope you're okay. Looking forward to continuing your journeys with Yamato. Look, so long as I'm able to, I'm always going to be here. I know that was 2 different qualifiers. So long as I'm able to, and then an absolute. Anyway, thank you for the comment. That is the final thing, though, before we got into the episode. So let's go ahead and hop on in and see what we get.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
All right, well, here in the opening, guys, I gotta share something with you, which is gonna sound stupid as fuck. Sometimes I really have fatigue issues that I have a hard time dealing with, and this is not the same day. Same shirt, not the same day. Yesterday, I did the recording for this, and you know, I'm keeping the notes, I'm keeping the comment section and all that shit. When I went to record this part, though, well, for one thing, the subtitles were like way off the screen because I didn't even load the subtitle track. But I was legit falling asleep throughout it because I just couldn't focus. There's just shots of me when I took it to the editing of just, and that's when I because for some reason I always come back from having fallen asleep just to say something, and it's complete nonsense. And more than that, I don't even fucking remember what happened this episode. I must have been out of it for the entirety. So, yeah, instead of uploading a comedy and not a reaction to what fucking happened in the show, I decided to come back. Come back and do it again. I mean, I know that I don't know what the hell's going on here because I saw myself talking about her stepping on ranches and blinky lights. I don't know. Again, the thing is traveling 180,000 times the speed of light. It shouldn't even register that the planet was in the way. It's just a fucking explosion and it's gone. The math is not going to hold up if I do that math. Legitimately, if it came by here in a day, they wouldn't even see it. It would just be and gone. Of course, they'd be rocked by the explosion that would destroy the entire solar system, but you know. Would be so much faster than that.
こんな時に持ち場を離れるやつがあるか。白色彗星は速度を上げているぞ。テレザート星通過まであと1日だ。あと1日。
Also interesting that it can fucking increase its speed. Meaning the ridiculous speed it has isn't even the fastest it can go. It's interesting her control panel is glass. We can see through it, and there's nothing inside of it.
艦長代理、テレサから入電しています。こちらヤマト、艦長代理古代です。
You can just call yourself captain.
ヤマトの速度が上がっていません。早くこの聖域を離れないと大変なことになります。
ええ、分かっています。しかし、ヤマトの進路上には障害物が多くてワープができません。テレサ、
島さん。
テレサ、君はどうするんだ。テレザート星はあと1日で白色彗星に飲み込まれてしまうんだぞ。テレサ、テレサ。
You know, I didn't hang up. You don't have to say my name.
テレサ、本当に大丈夫なのか。テレサ。
大丈夫です。それより島さん、早く地球へ向かって一刻も早く地球へ。
テレサ、テレサ。
I mean, I do appreciate the sound effect that they've given the comment. It sounds like people screaming. Real horror effect, if you will.
ご報告いたします。ヤマトとテレザートの交信をキャッチしました。なんだと？
何をしようともう遅い。あと1日もあればおのずと決着はつく。テレザートもそれまでの命。
She changes her dresses. I'm noticing this. This is a huge touch for 1974, 75? 80? Sorry, I'm kind of confused. What can a mere woman do? Says the woman.
このまままっすぐにな。
おやおや、まるで大抵のような口ぶりですこと芸人。
Again, I don't know if she's playing him. She's playing everybody. I don't know if specifically, though, she's like playing him to get him to take over. A real mirror universe play, it feels like.
白色彗星をキャッチしました。メインに切り替えます。
Remember, they sped up. They're going over 180,000 times the speed of light. Not represented by that picture. I guess it could be. I mean, it could be going so fast that you can't even... It's moving faster than light, technically. It would always be not where it looks like it is. Yeah, I would say just going through you. Also, that doesn't make any sense. They must just be picking it up where they're at. It can't be beaming through them. That would imply that they're between the two. That would make sense. I mean, it is hostile action.
甘いよ。こんな呼びかけぐらいで白色彗星を阻止できるものか。
It is if anyone on there is afraid of her.
お答えなさい、ゾーダー大帝。もう一度警告します。進撃を直ちに中止しなければ、あなた方の行為はテレザートへの侵略とみなします。
I can't help but notice she's literally in a glass house. Whatever the metaphor is here.
さあベラ、そろそろテレザートであろう。十分用心してゆけ。テレサを見くびってはいかんと言っておるのだ。テレサとの争いはわしも好まぬ。今のうちにテレザートを放棄して。
I don't know what the fuck they're like up about. They didn't have anything to do with Teserat's fall. It was all Teresa. Like, I don't even know how they know about it. Uh-oh, she's praying at you. Or she's just using her communication device, which also seems to be very destructive. Oh, I can't. She's destroying our communications equipment.
Teresa. 私が水星帝国の大帝ズオーダーだ。我が帝国に対して警告とやらを発したそうだな。
やっと出てきましたね、大帝ズオーダー。直ちに進撃を中止なさい。何がおかしいのです、ズオーダー。
せっかくだがそれはできぬ。旅は我が先祖の意志だ。過去から未来永劫へと続くガトランティスの心だ。
Yeah, I keep forgetting they're called Gatlantis.
ズオーダー、あなた方の論理はどうであろうとも、このような行いは宇宙の平和な営みを破壊するものです。無法者の行為です。
さあ、それ
What
は
was
どうかな、テレサ。
We've never got, like, weird eye reflections like that before. See an android? Is that a hint towards something in Season 3? I like the listening in because basically she's negotiating for them.
これが大帝ズオーダーの声か。あやな、もっと感度は良くならないのか。
ええ、これが精一杯です。
It's funny because it does imply, or I mean show, that legitimately both sides are just people. They're just people who can talk.
それは違います。宇宙のすべての命は共に手を携えて生きていかなければなりません。宇宙の平和を乱すことは決して許されません。
I'm gonna hit you back like what you did to Teresart. Teresart.
それは法によってのみ保たれる。その法とは私なの。この私の力こそが全宇宙に
Apologize, my headset doesn't fit anymore for some reason.
愚かしい思い上がりです、ズオーダー。いいでしょう。あなたがこのまま侵略を続けるというのであれば、私は命に変えても。
どうするというのだ。
I mean, technically, her communications can fuck your ship up from the inside.
阻止します。
なんという言い草。
I imagine she can beam right through your ship, destroying your shield devices and whatnot. In which case, you will slam into her planet at speed and destroy both of you. And granted, they're not being anywhere near realistic with the speed that they should be going. But again, she lives in a glass house, which has to be a metaphor of some sort, beyond the people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones thing. The origin of their romance is like fucking out of the blue, but she's certainly doing more for the romance than Starsha did with Kodai's brother.
テレザートまであと12万宇宙キロ。
So in what, 8 minutes it's moved 50,000 space kilometers?
同じ運命だよ。
But you all heard me do the math already. Well, there's the shot that I talked about. Sleepy Me talked about her stepping on a ranch. The ruins of someone else's civilization. Or a number of others. Again, they were a spaceport planet, apparently.
出力 20% アップ。動力弁20から25までオープン。第5エンジン回路開け。第5エンジン回路全開。出力 20% アップ。テレザートまで10万宇宙キロ。
Again, them doing the techno babble shit doesn't mean anything to me anymore because I already tried to break it down and they're not following their own rules.
いや、テレサは逃げぬ。本気で我々と戦うつもりだ。
お言葉ですが、戦うには人がいります。武器がいります。一体今の彼女に
She got power of prayer.
さよさよ。
He'll pray you away.
彼女に戦う力があるなら、なぜヤマトを呼び寄せたのでしょう。しかもそのヤマトさえ彼女の意志には添えぬと見えて引き上げていくではありませんか。
お前たちには分からん。テレサは戦うつもりだ。
I don't know why she wouldn't just be in her ship. I mean, like, now I understand nowhere is safe, and as I already pointed out, I think she can fly in space.
テレザートへ7万5000宇宙キロ。現在のテレサの脱出は認められません。
So I guess we're not going to have her at the end of the movie. I mean, at the end of the show. Season. Sorry. So I'm not falling asleep this time. That's just me being dumb.
うろたえるな。こけおどしにすぎぬ。進め。
I mean, turn the radio up to 1,000. Blow their systems away from the inside. Is she still gonna have antimatter powers? Is she turning the planet into antimatter so it'll blow up when it touches them? As per that other thing that I mentioned 100 times. Did she blow up her own ship, or did she just have the power to destroy planets at will? Man, I guess it'd be a hell of a thing if we just, like, lost Atlantis right here. 7 episodes away from the end. I mean, because technically this is way more damage than we've seen this thing take, even in the movie. I guess maybe she really did care about Gantz. When in danger, she called his name out. So I'd also point out my boy Dessler is still in there too. I guess this is just going to be the amount of damage it's going to take for them to be successful against it later. We're not going to get the desperation attack that causes them all to fucking die. Now it's going to be on our level with 10 Andromeda class ships. No, clearly it's been 7 episodes till the end. Like Comet's not going away. Oh, it's not time for this kind of music yet either. Even if Atlantis was gone, I mean, it's the fucking sacrifice. Yeah, there we go. Turn that music down. This is your classic target remains, sir. Target remains. Yeah, they gotta get her spin back up again, right? Are we just gonna have the fight here? No, okay. I thought we were gonna have the fight here, hold them off for a bit, and then the 10 Andromedas show up.
Teresa, 君の死を無駄にはしないぞ。僕は戦う。僕は君を永久に忘れない。テレサの命を懸けた挑戦は白色彗星に大きな打撃を与えた。それはヤマトにとっても地球にとっても計り知れない大きな助けとなった。
I guess this is the way to have it happen and still be in a storyline.
君の帰りを待っている。しかし白色彗星は再び体勢を。
I bet you this is what causes Dessler to be able to escape his cell. I mean, that's what I would do if I was writing this. Well, okay. I don't think that those looked like the Andromeda, so conceivably there's still the regular defense fleet. So I'm guessing that the Gatlantis is going to be as fast as Yamato now, instead of being faster. So they're going to be trailing right behind the Yamato. Yamato's going to get there, warn everybody. The conventional fleets are going to be launched. I imagine Kodai is still going to be in charge of that, if not, the circumstances of him stealing the Yamato being a thing. That's going to fail. Then what's his name? The commander of the original Andromeda is going to come out with the other Andromedas. Sorry, I can't remember if he said he needed 10 more or 10 total. So it's either going to be 11 Andromedas or 10 Andromedas. Again, she just sacrificed her life for us. Could not bother to take naked her out of the ending credits. Yeah. I don't know. See, for me, the ending of the movie was so fucking emotional. Not for the movie itself, but for the actual scenes of the sacrifice and the loss of the crew that we knew in the movie universe was never coming back. This was one-time sacrifice. Like, also, we barely even knew who the fuck Teresa was in the movie. And then she just shows back up to follow Kodai in the sacrifice to take out Gatlantis, which is why I said it's the most damage we've ever seen done to it, because it, trailed off away from the Earth in the movie for, I don't know, it felt like 5 minutes. It probably was, just a minute or whatever. But it went into the darkness. We couldn't see it. And then the explosion happened, implying that it got destroyed, but who the fuck knows? It didn't even matter. Again, it's the movie universe. It's that specific corner of the movie universe. But here, now we got a really damaged Gatlantis ship. And a really pissed off Destler in a holding cell. And I have to believe it's going to rock him free, and he's going to do something. I have to believe Talon's still on the ship, too. And who knows, there might be other gameless people there. Try and take over the... that would paint a pretty funny picture for me for going into Season 3. The Gatlanteans screw up their own ship so badly that the gameless people take it over, and then they just run away, and they rebuild it, and then now it's the center of the new gameless empire, or something like that. That'd be great for me, only because of the fact that, again, I am being represented here. Anyway. Yeah, it was a great episode in the realm of it was sacrifice, assuming she's dead. Assuming she's dead, and that it wasn't just like a Doomsday fights Superman. Oh no, he was actually just asleep, or whatever, If she actually is dead, then it was a very impactful episode. I imagine that if I wasn't fucking around with a headset and everything like this, if I wasn't being annoyed by life's annoyances, the emotionality of that would have hit stronger for me. At the same time, there's also the logic backbiting me on she could have done any number of other things that could have been as effective over the long term and still been alive. Anyway, I think it was a good episode. I don't think it requires much to be a good episode. Like, a number of good episodes in Yamato require a couple of other episodes to lead you into them. I think this is self-contained enough. You know who Shima is. They call him the Navigator. You know who she is. They talk about her all the time. You know what their relationship is, because it's covered in the episode as well. And then we talk about the sacrifice and what it actually means. It's a good encapsulation. The emotionality is there. I like it. It was good. Also, it seems like, I don't know, either she's using Sabera. Either she's using Gens to the point where she's manipulating him even in the act of possibly dying, or she just played her hand about what's going on in the political machinations of top-tier Gatlantean politics, right? I guess to be determined, or one of them is going out in airlock. Alright, well, I think that's generally all I really have to say. So, once again, I have been Theta, this has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you again next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?